How's the coaching staff going to work for the bowl game? How many guys do you got, and how you kind of deploying them?
Yep. So special teams wise, Coach Cookus is still here, so he'll do that like he's been doing. Frizz, who was his quality control coach, is going to get an elevated role, so he'll be on the field as well, helping with teams. The whole staff does teams, kind of a team effort.
Yeah.
Defensively, Coach Lange's going to stick around and do that. He'll call it during the bowl game. Brandon Hupert will coach the linebackers. He was our defensive quality control coach, so he was there and been in the room and knows all the guys, so he'll be fine. We got Yams, our defensive quality or graduate assistant, is still in his role. Coach Cookus is actually going to help coach the safeties as well. He and I coached together at Montana, and I know the dude's a really good coach, and he's a good secondary guy, so he'll help Coach Perkins back there. Coach Perkins is still here, coaching the corners. Offensively, I plan on calling the plays. John Boyer, who's our offensive quality control coach, it was in the quarterback room, will be the offensive coordinator and work with the quarterbacks and kind of be the voice in that room when I'm not available. Torrey Gill, who helped me with receivers, is going to help with the running backs. He's got a little more experience and can kind of adapt a little bit. Trayvon Bradford, who was one of the smartest players I've coached, is going to take over that receiver room for me. And then Caden, our offensive graduate assistant, is going to work with the O-line. And we'll probably do more unit meetings together. But I do think it's a great opportunity for those young coaches to get some hands-on experience.
Yeah.
And, if they're willing and to listen, get a little tutelage along the way. But when I was a GA, I would have paid money to get this kind of experience.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm a positive dude. I find the positive in every situation, and I just think this is going to change somebody's life in a positive way. And it's been fun.
You called plays at Montana?
I've called plays at Western Washington, Montana, Yale. I called some plays here. I wasn't the play caller, but we all, had a role
So
in
this
that.
would be like getting on the bike again?
Yeah, I feel confident that would be, the work, when you call plays, the work is done during the week.
Yeah.
Like the game day is, if you don't got a plan on Saturday, it is what it is,
Yeah. As far as players go, who is not going to play in the bowl game that you know of?
Still kind of sorting through it, honestly. With the week the way it was, and Coach Bray getting announced recently, there are still conversations being had. We had a majority of guys at practice today. I think DJ officially hit the portal, so we anticipate him not being in the ball game. But I think everybody else, as far as I know, is good.
How about your tackles?
Tali, I believe, is not, and I think rightfully so. I think he's got.
You think he's
maybe a first-round grade?
Right.
So,
you think he's probably not going to play in the bowl game?
I'm assuming he won't. Yeah.
What about Joshua?
To be determined.
Yeah. Was he at practice today?
He was. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in meetings and at practice.
Caden was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Any decision, again, you said a lot of decisions still to be made, but in regards to that quarterback decision, do you guys potentially go with Ben, obviously his final season at Oregon State, or do you guys maybe go with someone like Aiden Charles to see a little bit more with what he can give the program, obviously going forward into the future?
Well, the depth chart dictates that. So Aiden was our backup quarterback all year. So he's elevated. Everybody just kind of bumps up. And then we still got 2 weeks of practice to sort that stuff out too. And everybody forgets all Ben did was win a bunch of games last year and was the Las Vegas Bowl MVP. So I'm excited about Ben. I'm partial to Ben because when he was a young guy, I was calling the twos on offense, and he and I would come up with some crazy stuff to run. And now we can kind of do it. So.
What do you feel like this is going to be like for you?
It's a cool opportunity. You get a chance to sit in the chair and kind of get a feel for it. It's not an opportunity that people get all the time. Everybody sits in the meeting when the head coach is talking and goes, "Hey, when I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it this way." Well, now I got a chance to do it. So it's a learning experience. It's humbling, but it's a great opportunity to serve others, and I'm excited about it. I'm ready to learn something out of this experience, and I'm excited that I get to help these guys finish this season, and it's really a start of a new season, and I don't take that for granted. I think it's fun.
Are you interested in coming back on this staff?
I am coming back, yeah.
Oh, you are coming, so you and already talked, okay.
I'm just curious, what's been kind of your mindset over these last couple of days, having to kind of move on, obviously, from Smith leaving to Bray being introduced, and obviously being named the interim coach? How do you kind of make sure that you stay focused, stay on task when you have all these moving parts that are going around you, in just a short span of a couple days?
Yeah, you guys don't know me very well, but if it don't stop my heart from beating, I keep it pushing, man. Like, it is what it is. It's all relative. We chose to do this for a living. Every day I wake up, I make the decision to come in here and go to work. Nobody nobody forces me to do it. This comes with the territory of coaching football at this level. If I didn't want to deal with it, I wouldn't do it. And so it is what it is. It's a byproduct of it. There's too much positive stuff going on here to let things like that affect you negatively, because I don't think it's a negative situation. I really don't. I think everybody came out of this thing okay and will come out of it okay. I've had experience with coaches retiring, coaches getting fired. It is what it is, and so you just keep pushing. This is not the worst. I tell the players, this is not the worst thing that's going to happen to them in life. If it is, it's a beautiful life. So you live and learn and grow from it, and keep it all in perspective. I got a beautiful wife and kids, and so I go home every day. They don't care anything about this. So yeah, man, it's all relative to me.
When did you get a sense that things were gonna change? Last week or weeks ago?
I'm a straightforward person. I take people for their word. Nobody said they were leaving, so I didn't think anybody was leaving. Coach announced it Saturday. That's when I knew it was real. I don't look for things to speculate about. I'm just not that kind of cat. There's just so much stuff to do when you do this job. I'm not into chasing ghosts and that. I'm just, I know I got players to coach. We got a game to play. We got a game plan to do. Like, I got a wife and kid. Like, I got so much stuff that I have to focus on. I'm not into looking for other things to worry about. I am not.
You talked about those decisions, a lot of decisions to be made with Bray now being announced as head coach. Not only do you have to have those conversations with players, but also he does. How have you guys kind of gone about that to try and feel out, which players will stay, which players are planning on leaving? Just what is your guys' kind of game plan for that?
I think Trent, one of the things I really appreciate about Trent is that he's got a great relationship with every player on the roster. Like, I think there's very few coaches that vibe with everybody. Guys, offensive guys vibe with offensive players, defensive guys vibe with defensive players, but it's rare that you get coaches that can go into any meeting room and just get the same reaction and the same love, and he's one of those guys. And so I think those conversations are pretty easy. I think he and I have been in constant communication on guys that we're speculating about, and hey, I think you might want to talk to this guy, and we're sharing information because we're getting it from different pieces. So he and I collaborate often on it. And I do feel like I got a good pulse of the team, and I got a good, I can go talk to the linemen and the DBs and the receivers. And so I think if you have real relationships with players, they give you real feedback and answers, and that's the only thing you can ask for.
Trent's obviously not coaching the game, but how much involvement do you think he'll have in the plan and maybe helping you?
No, what we talked about, Trent's going to work on the, putting the staff together and recruiting and just kind of all the head coach stuff that goes on at this time of year. And he wanted me to focus on the football piece in the bowl game. And so that's kind of how we're going to tackle it. I think that's a good way to do it because he's got a whole recruiting class to kind of keep intact. And we got a really good group of kids on deck, and we don't want to lose those guys. And so I do think it's going to take some focus to do that. On the flip side of that, it will do wonders for the program if we show up in this bowl game and play like we played all year. And so I think in order to do that, it would be hard kind of splitting both duties. And so I think I'm capable on my side. I know he's capable on his side. And hopefully together we can make this year special like it's been.
So 4th and 3, balls at midfield. Are you Jonathan or somebody else?
Hey, I'm from Oakland, California, man. I'm not scared of nothing. So if I want to go for it, I'm going for it. And it is what it is. If we don't make it, the defense has got my back and vice versa. So I don't make decisions based on fear. You live and learn.